Good morning, class. So, are you ready to learn more in narration today? Yesterday, ma'am taught you direct indirect. Okay, and we have discussed the different types of rules that we need to take care while converting a direct sentence to indirect. Clear? Today, in this period, we will discuss the formation of indirect sentences in different types of sentences, like how to make an indirect sentence in assertive, how to make it in interrogative, how to make an indirect sentence in imperative, or same as with exclamatory also. Okay, so uh, we yesterday we studied some common rules that we need to follow. Okay, and today I will teach you some special rules, specific rules that we have to take care while dealing with these different types of sentences. Like assertive sentences have some special rules, while converting the sentences into indirect, same as with the interrogative also, we have to add few more rules. We have to take care some extra rules, special rules, while converting an interrogative sentence to indirect, same as the imperative and exclamatory sentences also have some special rules. Okay, so everybody is ready to be focused, have your full attention in the class, and make your all the senses attentive. So if you really going to take interest in listening to, only then you can understand it. It is not at all tough, children. Only you have to be a bit attentive. Okay, so if you listen to me very carefully and going to practice them properly, so I can assure you that you are not going to make any mistake in direct and indirect speech. Clear? So direct and indirect speech, I told you, these are the two ways to quote the words of a speaker. When we quote the exact words of the speaker within the inverted commas, so that is called as direct speech. Okay, as you can see written below in the example, the poet said, then a comma and inverted commas are placed, and the statement is written inside, I have written a poem. So such kind of formation, such kind of sentence construction is known as direct speech. And what is indirect speech? When we don't quote the exact words, means when the same exact words are not conveyed to the third person, we make little changes in the sequencing, or add some more words, or interchange some of the words. So such kind of formation of the sentence is known as indirect sentences. Okay, and what we don't use in indirect sentences, we don't use inverted commas, and mostly or commonly that, that is used as a connector to join reported verb to reported speech. So everybody is clear with the reported verb and reported speech, to which part of the sentence I am talking about. Reported verb always stands with the subject, like in the sentence, the poet said. So, said is my reported verb. And what is reported speech? I have written a poem. Fine. And here in indirect sentence, I have used that. The poet said that he had written a poem. So that is used as a connector to introduce the reported verb. Fine? This much is clear to everybody? Now let's proceed towards changing the formation of indirect sentences in different types of sentences. So first we are going to learn the changing assertive sentences into direct speech. See, here you have to take care two things only. Children, even in every type of sentences, we have to concentrate on two things. The first, the reported verb, and the second is connector. One more thing I want to clear right now. Whenever a sentence is converted to indirect speech, whether it is assertive, interrogative, exclamatory, imperative, whatever type of sentence it is, whenever we convert a sentence into indirect speech, it is always changed to assertive. Means assertive sentence question में है, so it will be assertive, same as if the question sentence is interrogative, so in indirect speech we have to convert it into assertive. Same as if the question sentence is imperative, we have to convert it into assertive. Same as with the exclamatory, if the question sentence is exclamatory, we convert it into assertive. So we have to be careful while converting them into indirect. Now let's come to assertive sentences. The reported verb changes to told if the reported verb is followed by an object. Means if the reported verb is taking any object, like here in the sentence, John said to me. So me is my object of reported verb said. Fine, so it converts to told. If there is no object, so no need to change, only said will be used. But if the reported verb is taking an object, so said will become told. And the second rule is that is used as a conjunction. Means what is the connector in assertive sentences? That. John said to me, I shall return your book on time. So what are you going to notice first? The reported verb. It is in present or past or whatever tense. Here it is in past tense and taking one object also. So it will be told. So John told me that. Now, I shall return your book on time. I is my pronoun. Now, how many things we are going to change in reported speech? Pronoun, tense, and if any expression of time or place is used. So that we need to change. Clear? So first of all, you pay attention on the pronoun and the tense. Pronoun, I told you, the first person pronoun changes to the subject. It refers to the subject. Second person pronoun, you, it supports to the object. And third person pronoun remain unchanged. And what is the rule of the tense? If the reported verb is in past tense, then the tense of the speech will change. If it is in present tense, then will become past. If it is already in past tense, so will become past perfect. And if it is already in past perfect tense, then it will remain unchanged. We are not going to make any change in the tense of that sentence. Cleared? Now, so John said to me, I shall return your book on time. So John told me that he, I converted to he because this is John. He would. The past form of shall is would. Written my book. Your is used. Second person possessive pronoun, possessive adjective will refer to object, me. So it became my. My book on time. Now look at the second example. He said to the shopkeeper. So what it will be? Object is there. So he told the shopkeeper that. Now pay attention class. Here in the reported speech, yesterday expression of time is given. You gave me rotten apples. Yesterday you gave me rotten apples. So yesterday will be converted to the previous day or a day before. You, second person pronoun. object, so it will be he. The past tense sentence is used, so it will be past perfect had given. So he told the shopkeeper that the previous day he had given him rotten apples. Clear to everybody? Fine. Now I am going to discuss the interrogative sentences. How to change interrogative sentences into indirect speech. Okay, so first of all, we will talk about the reported verb. In assertive sentences, we were using said or told as reported verb. In interrogative sentences, we use ask, inquire of, demand of, want to know. There are many more, children. I have introduced you few only so that you would not get confused with. Okay, so these are the reported verb that are used in interrogative sentences. That's mean when you convert this an interrogative sentence into indirect speech, what will be your reported verb? Asked, inquired of, demand of, want to know, such as. Fine. Second thing, interrogative sentence is converted to assertive. It means that the question mark will be omitted. It will be dropped. Then if the reported speech begin with the question word like who, what, where, so no conjunction is required to introduce reported verb. And if the reported speech begins with an auxiliary verb, then we need a connector. We need a conjunction. And what is that conjunction? If or whether. As in assertive, we were using that to introduce reporting verb. Here in interrogative, which conjunction is used as a connector? If or whether, any one of them you can use. But when are they going to be used? When your sentence is beginning with an auxiliary. If the sentence is beginning with a question word like who, what, where, so that same word is used as a connector. But if the question is beginning with an auxiliary, so we need a connector. And what is that connector? If or whether. Now, the first sentence, look at the first sentence. She said to me, "What can I do for you, dear?" So she said to me, what will be your reported verb? I have used asked. She asked me. Now, question is beginning with a question word. So same word will be used as connector. What? Now here you are going to convert the interrogative sentence to assertive. तो क्या करते हो आप? The subject will come before the verb. Before the auxiliary. The subject will come before the auxiliary. So, she could do for me. She asked me what she could do for me. Now look at the second sentence. He said to me, "Are you not afraid of ghosts?" Here the sentence is beginning with an auxiliary, are. So that's mean I need one connector to introduce my reported verb. So he inquired of. Said is converted to inquired of. Okay. So he inquired of me. Now use one connector to introduce your reported verb. I have used whether. Children, please, sorry. Whether I was not afraid of ghost. Again, what I have done, I simply used one conjunction to connect reported verb with reported speech, and my subject is shifted before the verb. It was you, second person pronoun, so it is supporting to the object, me. So I. Whether I was not afraid of ghost. Clear, children? Sorry. Now let's come to imperative sentences. Again, we will talk about the reported verb. The reported verb used in imperative sentence are order, request, advise, command, forbid, or warn. It depends on the mood of the speaker. Okay, what he sense in his sentence. According to that, we choose any one of them. Second thing, as a connector, we use to, to. It means that the verb of reported speech is changed into an infinitive. Do you remember the infinitive? What are the infinitives? The root form of the verb is used with to preposition. So just to make you better understand, I am saying that the connector that we used, the connector that we use in imperative sentence is to, to. Now let's come to the sentence. I said to my friend, help me in checking the accounts. Here, what is the mood of the speaker? He is requesting. So I have used I requested. I requested my friend. Now my connector is to help me in checking the accounts. Now the second sentence is the father said, sons, don't quarrel over trifles. Here, what is the mood of the speaker? He is advising his sons. So the father advised his sons not to quarrel over trifles. Now children, here, whenever a negative imperative sentence is given, so that can be converted in indirect speech in two ways. The first way I have shown you means don't. This don't is converted to not to. Don't quarrel, not to quarrel. Don't do, not to do. Don't talk, not to talk. This is the first way. The second way of converting is like we can write this sentence in indirect like this also. The father forbade his sons to quarrel over trifle. Here, not word is not used. In the place of not, I have used forbade. Forbade means mana karna. When you say someone not to do, so we forbade the person. So the father forbade his sons to quarrel over trifle. When you use forbade, so not will not be used because forbade itself is a negative sentence, a negative word. Cleared? Now the third is the mother said, run away children, don't disturb me. This question has two imperative sentences. So we will, as both of them are imperative, so it is easy to join them in single. So the mother, now what is the sense of the mother? While speaking this sentence, she is ordering or commanding. Okay, so the mother commanded the children to run away and not to disturb her. Cleared? Now let's talk about the exclamatory sentences. Okay, so first I will talk about the reported verb. What are the reported verb used in exclamatory sentences? Exclaim, or wish, or pray, or bless, or cry. These are the reported verb used in exclamatory sentence. Okay, and as a connector, we use that. Okay, it means that if we talk about the connectors, so in assertive and exclamatory, both these types of sentences use that conjunction to introduce their reported verb. While in interrogative, we were using if or whether in the case of auxiliary. If the sentence was beginning with auxiliary. And in imperative, so we use the infinitive form of verb. That means there we were using to, to as a connector. Clear? And if we talk about the reported verbs, so it's very easy. In assertive, we were using said or told. In interrogative, we were using asked, inquired of, or demand of, such as. In imperative, it depends on the mood of the speaker, whether he is commanding or requesting or advising or forbidding someone, okay, or warning. An exclamatory is simple with like we use exclaim or wish or pray with the sense of the sentence. Okay, now the second thing, exclamatory sentence is going to be converted into assertive. It means that the exclamation mark will be dropped. We will omit the exclamation mark because the sentence will be converted to assertive. Okay, now the third thing, the interjections like the word showing exclamation like hooray, alas, oh, such words are omitted. These words are not used in indirect speech, but their sentiments means the sentiment attached to these words like hooray, if the hooray word is used in the sentence, so in indirect speech you will say that he exclaimed with joy, same as if a last word is used, so you can say he exclaimed with sorrow. If o word is used, so you can say he cried with pain, okay, or he exclaimed with sorrow. So, in this way, we cover up, we convey the sense of these words in our indirect speech. Here, the sentence is the old beggar said to me, may God bless you, my son. So, said will be converted to prayed as the beggar is praying. Okay, and may God bless you. This is an exclamatory sentence. So, how will you convert it into assertive? I have to bring the subject before the verb. So God might. Might क्यों करा मैम ने? Because the reported verb was in past tense. So the tense of the sentence will change. The tense of the reported speech will change. So it became might. So the old beggar prayed that God might bless me. Clear? Now, she said, how ugly I look in this dress. Now, so how ugly I look in this dress. So she exclaimed that. She exclaimed that. Now, I. So I will support I is the first person pronoun, children. So it will support to the subject she. So she exclaimed that she looked very ugly in that dress. This is converting to that. Okay, this is the expression of place. Now the second thing, how. How has been converted to very. The sense of how is given with the help of very. Very is presenting presenting the expression of how here. Very ugly. How ugly became very ugly. Clear? Now the next is hooray! I have topped again. He said. Congratulations, said I. This sentence has two different types of sentences. The first one is exclamatory. The second one is assertive. Here exclamation, no, it's not assertive, it is exclamatory only, exclamation mark needs to be. So hooray, I have topped again, he said. So hooray, an interjection has been used, so its sense will be conveyed by using some extra words like he exclaimed with joy that he had topped again. Now look at the second part of the sentence. Congratulations, said I. So I congratulated him. That's it. Here no need to repeat this I exclaimed, then exclaim what? When I told you children, the main purpose is conveying the message. That is more important, not the use of words. Okay? Now it's time to go for a practice. Let's solve. So here I have taken the miscellaneous sentences. So you get the taste of all type of sentences, and once the rules will also be revised. The first sentence is the Queen of Sheba said to King Solomon, tell me which of these garlands is made of artificial flowers and which one of real flowers. So what type of sentence is this, children? It is an imperative sentence. What will be my reported verb? Requested, ordered, such as. Here the sense is basically a queen is talking to a king, So requested. So the queen of Sheba requested King Solomon. Now imperative sentence here. So what will be my connector? To. Right? We will use infinitive verb to tell. To tell her which of these converted to those. Those garlands is became was made of artificial flowers, and which one of real flowers. Cleared? Now look at the second. I said to Anshu, did you check the price level when you paid the shopkeeper? No, said Anshu. Here the sentence has two types of sentences. The first one is interrogative, the second is assertive. So interrogative, what will be my reported verb? Asked, inquired of, such as, so I inquired of Anshu. Here the sentence is beginning with an auxiliary. So I need a connector. I have used whether. I inquired of Anshu whether he had checked the price level. You is converted to he. Did. It was in past tense, converted to past perfect. Had checked the price level when he paid the shopkeeper. Here children, the second half could be in simple past or past perfect, in any of. Okay, then no, said Anshu. So Anshu denied. Children, whenever somebody says no and I need to tell it to the third person, so we never say he said me no. नहीं, ऐसे नहीं बोलते. What we say? He denied. और अगर हाँ बोला है, then we say he confirmed. If saying no, then denied. If said yes, so he confirmed. Okay? Now, here, how can I check all these bills in 10 minutes? Interrogative sentence is given with a question word, how. So, Geeta asked the manager how she could check all those bills in 10 minutes. Said is converted to asked, as it was interrogative sentence, and how is a questionable word, so same word is used as connected. How she could. In the case of can I, it became she could. Okay, and these converted to those. Now next is, the mayor said to him angrily, do you dare to threaten me? Again it is interrogative, beginning with an auxiliary. Okay, so the mayor, it will be the mayor asked him angrily if. The sentence is beginning with auxiliary, so I need a connector. I have used if. The mayor asked him angrily if he dared to threaten him. Now next, how beautiful are my horns, but how ugly my legs, said the stag as he looked at his reflection in the water. It is an exclamatory sentence, okay, and beginning with how beautiful. Okay, so let's start with, as the stag looked at his reflection in the water. Never get perplexed, children, that the first part of the sentence is given in the beginning or whether at the last. It follows the same rule. Okay, so as the stag looked at his reflection in the water, he exclaimed that. Now look at, the sentence has two clauses. Whenever the long sentences are given to convert, children, so solve that sentence clauses wise. Means first break the sentence into clauses and solve each clause one by one. Okay, like here the sentence has two clauses. How beautiful are my horns. The second is how ugly my legs. So first will be, his horns were very beautiful but his legs were very ugly. So that will be easier for you. Clear? So I hope the topic must be clear to you all, and you are going to solve all the exercises in the book by your own. First try to solve it on your own, and then later cross-check your answers from the solution PDF. That's all for today's class, children. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.